Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Minds Beneath Us. Last time we left off, QQ was pissed off at us and was going to eat something. I forget what exactly you were going to eat. Pizza? I think it was pizza. So where exactly do I need to go? Fran reminds me it's time for my consultation shift. Cool. I've not been in that menu much, but we do need to go to a different floor to actually do consultation though. I don't suppose there's anyone to talk to in here. We haven't seen Wayne in here for quite a while, but they did say Wayne was at HQ or whatever, so that does check out, I suppose. But yeah, we have to go get to our consultation. So let's go. And yeah, we didn't have an episode of this yesterday because work has been absolutely wild this week. They basically swapped my schedule, so I had to come in earlier. Did you hear it? The flop core? Yeah, Silencio sent out a mass alert yesterday. Says it's a malfunction? Surprised the old piece of junk's working at all. Can't be, it's sabotaged. Farm management's trying to cover it up. Enough conspiracy theories. They really wanted to cover it up, why send any alert at all? It's a big deal, people will find out, better downplay it. Huh. Serious? Serious too. Seriously think you're watching too many spy movies. Hey! Got this feeling that something huge is gonna happen soon. Yeah, right, whatever you say. Yeah, they basically swapped my shift to earlier for just 3 days. So, making this trip to the evacuation zone next week. Or you, why? Handle a few juicer cases as a result of the cellar malfunction. What do you mean? Like juicers accidentally awakened ahead of time? Can't you just follow the procedure and unrack them? Normally I can, but these juicers are severely injured because of the malfunction. Ah. You mean those cases, I see. Yeah. What then, you gotta contact their families? Vision only pays the medical bills. Someone must pick them up and they're released from the hospital. That's the thing, the emergency contact provided by quite a few of them are not responding. Can't stay in the hospital forever. That sucks. Why do you need to go to the evacuation zone in person? Some of them have resident address there. I thought maybe I should check these addresses out. Part of your job? Technically no. I just don't have the heart to see them abandoned. Especially when quite a few of them are signed on by me. Remember them? Forcing myself to not keep track. No attachment, no guilt. You're awfully nice. Watch out though, the evacuation zone is even more dangerous than the shithole. Basically a gangster theme park. It's the one single place in Wanpei metropolitan areas that is not covered by surveillance cameras. Think about that. Yeah, I know. It's really wrong that we nobodies must clean up after the company. Can't just stand there and watch. At least I can't. Woof. Long conversation while you take a long pee. Okay, is there anybody in like the break room or anything here? Okay, I think we're done then. Oi, you. Lawrence Chang, is it? What's up? Nothing, just verifying the name. Good, she's not suspecting. You have 2 candidates today. The empty seat's yours. Go in when you're ready. Just call the numbers and they'll come. Cito and 23 are not back yet. We must handle this on our own. Jason, you can only pick one contract candidate. Pay close attention. Find out the one ideal for questioning. How can I tell? 23 said you could press them on the child issue. You could press them on the child issue. Do it in a hard way. See which one's more cooperative. What if they're both uncooperative? Flip a coin, maybe? I'll stay online for support. Let me see. First candidate's here. Named Simone Lowe. Barely anything on her profile. Only says she deals drugs and has ties with certain gangs. Drug dealer? Yeah, common profession in the Taihei district. If Helper's files are to be trusted, she doesn't use drugs herself. Hey, she's coming. Good luck. Press them on the child issue, alright. Named Simone Lowe. Let's begin, I don't have all day. Hostile beginning. Start with self-instruction. Live in the shithole, handle toxic waste from your farming for a living. Do you like your job? Yeah, I'm sure. Does your job affect your family? How old's your child, or do you have multiple children? Does your job affect your family in any way? Family? I don't think so. Like your children. Aren't you worried they may contact, toxic waste? Children? What do you bring that up for? Get my daughter out of this. Should I take it as that you don't care about your daughter? I just want to know more about your family. Let's go with this. Her eyes are shifty. I may be onto something. My daughter's perfectly healthy. I won't allow anyone or anything to harm her. You sold her division for human experiments? Do you like your job? I like my job. Sounds like she's taking offense. I'll take that as a no. Of course it's a no. No one should be doing a shitty job like that. Yup. Wait, does it matter whether or not I like my job? The point of this session is to find out who you are and how you're doing. Oh, that's it? Is the income from the job enough to feed your family? I'd rather not answer that. You can tell she's tensing up. Okay, let's continue to the next question. How old's your child? Do you have multiple children? She's 7. About time for elementary school. No such thing as an elementary school in the shithole, though. She's staying home? Yeah. You can call it homeschooled. It's the best I can provide. She's born to rot in the shithole just like her mother. People like us, we don't have a choice. Why did you have a child, then? That's a mean thing to ask. Where's your child right now? What's that about? I care an awful lot about my child, all these questions about her. You don't have anything to do with my application. It is related, just answer my questions. It is related. I refuse to answer. Okay, let's continue on to the next question. I'm done. The session's done. Unless you have anything else to share. Nope. Be going then. Wait for your further notice, eh? Yeah. Better be quick. She's hostile throughout. She's not very cooperative. Can't decide yet. We have another one coming. Right. Before they call his number, let me go over his profile with you. Next candidate is Sean Chin. His profile is a lot thicker, but most of it is unimportant. He's from the slums, unmarried with a son, no crime record. Working for Vision as a security guard under the Waste Disposal Division. Salary's not much. He's relying on the wife's family for economic support. That changed recently when he divorced. He's now desperate need of money. Divorced? He's taking care of his son. Lawsuit for custody is ongoing. Right now they're taking turns. You know what you're about to ask. The child was sold to Vision while under Sean Chin's custody. The ex doesn't know a thing about it. She did report to the police about the child missing. Given that they're both illegal immigrants, I suppose the police will not investigate. Oh, he's here. Alright. Hello, sir. My name is Sean Chin. Must be a tough job, talking to so many people. That's an attitude I can work with. Actually, I only have 2 consultation sessions today. Yeah. It's pretty tough too. Let me start with my self-introduction. Truth be told, I work for Vision. Small world. Your job is? I was a security guard. Night watch. Was? Company bought a batch of patrol robots, so he was fired. Profile from Helper didn't mention this. Maybe it happened recently. Recognize Vision's excellence in the industry. That's why I'm applying to work on this farm as a contributor. Please kindly consider my case. Continue with your introduction, please. Okay, sure. About my personal life, there's really nothing to talk about. I live alone these days, used to have a wife, divorced. That's it. Do you have any children? Yes, a son. Who's taking care of your son now? My ex and I, we take turns. Plus he's 10 years old, doesn't need a lot of self-care. A lot of care. Where is he now? You mean... at your place or your ex's? My place. He doesn't want to bring up the missing person case at all. Okay. What's the reason? Is that relevant? Yes. Sure. We didn't get along. That's it? Yes. Why do you need this job? Because of money. What do you need this money for? Pay bills. Not getting anything useful. Does that mean our session is over? Unless you have something else to share. Yes, there is. I'd like you to know that you're a nice consultant officer and I enjoyed the session very much. Thank you. Great. Guess I should make room for the next person. Next I should expect a notice, right? Correct. See, thank you very much. I don't like this guy. What do you think? Which one? I mean, that's hard. I really didn't get as much out of him as I did the first character. But let's ask what Fran thinks. Throw the question back at me. That was very uncooperative. Chin should be the easier option, although Chin really isn't saying much. That's what I think. You talk to them in person, you know better. It's up to you now. Chin wasn't really giving me much at all. So I think Lo's the better option. Why? I feel that she cares more about her child. I do think that's the case. She kind of seemed worried a few times. That's why I was kind of going for her specifically, because yeah, she seemed like she felt guilty about it. I know what you mean. Alright, Simone Lo it is. Put the candidate into the contract pool. You and Lawrence may continue with interrogation in the contract room. Where should I go next? I don't know. We must wait for 23 and Miss Sidu. Are they coming back at all? They will. We can't handle the next step on our own. Must wait for them. Nothing else on the agenda for now. Jay, what would you... Oi, you, counter 3. Sessions are all done. Make room for the next. Move your ass. Oh, you should get out, Jay. Okay, I'm out. Later. What should we do now? Jay, we need to... Huh? There's an incoming call. Let me patch them in. Hello? Jason? Sounds urgent. What's up? Sorry for this abrupt call. There's something urgent that I need your help for. Please meet me in the entrance lobby on the ground floor. I've already granted you elevator access. That's it. See you later. Hung up. Go meet him, Jay. Signing won't start in a while, and Miss Sidu's still out there. We have time. I feel like I have a choice. Yeah, I mean, Justin's my boss now, so... Terrorist attack by the Moonflowers again, huh? Explosion yesterday? Yep. They must have a reason. They're terrorists. You're too young to know what they did for us back in the day. You mean the riot? That was a protest against monopoly. Nah, never mind. Don't just believe what the news says, make your own judgment. I did, made my own judgment. And why shouldn't I believe the news? What else should I believe? Those rumors and conspiracy theories flying around on social media? How am I supposed to tell what's real? Next they're gonna say, listen to all sides of the story. I did. Turns out news is the most trustworthy side. I've heard plenty from Moonflower supporters. They say a lot of things but hardly ever show any proof. And all this time, not a single Moonflower has made a statement. How am I supposed to trust them? Whoever does that will get arrested. I know, right? That's not helping with their credibility issue. On the other hand, the damage they've done is clearly recorded. Thanks to their messing around, we now have a bunch of heavy-handed policies. Do you think the government wants to police us that hard? No, the Moonflowers forced them. Next they're gonna say I have trust issues. Of course I do. These days anything can be staged or fabricated. How am I supposed to tell what's true and what's not? I'm just an average person. Make your own judgment. I am, right? Good point. Can't blame your generation. The world has changed. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of disinformation and it can be very, very hard to trust things, but... Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from in an age with deepfakes, AI art, and just AI-generated stuff in general. But, at some point you gotta learn as much as you possibly can about making your own decisions about these things. So that you can actually verify, or try to verify the legitimacy of certain things. And, you know, look for places where you can have other people who possibly know more about the subject verify it as well. Or just have, like, straight-up examples of it, rather than just taking something at their word. Jason? Of course, you could doctor the examples, I suppose, because, yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm here. Thank you. Now, this is out of the blue, but I need you to come with me. We're meeting with the CEO. You know, I was right. What was the meeting about? About what happened yesterday. I've made some progress. I was talking about members of the board sabotaging the cellar. Through the CEO, I've made contact with directors in favor of shutting down Silencio. Though I don't know which directors they are yet. Mr. Yan will see me later today, but then we'll find out more. Is that good or bad news? It's an opportunity, although for me personally it could go either way. Now we have a chance to pitch my ideas to them in person. If I manage to convince them, I can shut down Silencio with the least damage. So what do you need me for? I asked to bring a colleague. I've had enough of their sneaky approach. Going forward, I want to increase transparency. This particular matter, though, is too sensitive for public disclosure. Bottom line is, my team should have the right to know. Since the CEO and director have agreed to let me bring a colleague along, it means they must be in agreement too. Why me? Because the others have work to do. Most importantly, I appreciate your objectivity. And you're perceptive too. You notice something's wrong with Yale and found out he's trying to protect Mr. Sue. And you make good judgments. You realized Kathy could do more good working with Jesse and Pax instead of running errands. And fundamentally, you're a good man. When the racking system went awry, you didn't hesitate to pull the lever. Encouraging smile. Okay, yeah, I've made a lot of decisions that Justin likes. Cool. Not everyone could do that. Considering the nature of the upcoming meeting, I need a trustworthy colleague as witness. Okay, let's go. Mr. Yonda's waiting. I wonder if I could have went here with, like, what's his face instead? Wayne? Instead of Justin, but because I made the more Justin-centric decisions, we're going with Justin instead. Feels like such a weird place to have meetings. Shen-Yan. Especially with the CEO. Justin, have a seat! Should activate the bug. Activate? Don't just stand there, you. Make yourself comfortable, Jason. There's my name. Sure. Can we start? Is this the director? Sure, sit, Jason. Make yourself comfortable. Now I'm gonna introduce. This is Miss An Zhang, Engineering Manager of the Red Room. Real engineering manager, huh? I'll be meeting directors in person. Don't flatter yourself. The board is too busy for something like this. Miss Zhang is joining our meeting as the appointed representative of a director. Clearly doesn't want to disclose the director's name. You've earned the attention of the director, Justin. What you did was counterproductive to his plan, but since you proposed to take over, he'd like to hear what you proposed since our meeting. At least I deserve to know his name. Know your place. You're playing with fire, Justin. You haven't been burned yet. Chalk it up to sheer luck. If you keep pushing your luck, though, things could take a nasty turn any moment. Am I clear? I see. Enough prep talk. Can we start now? Sorry, Miss Zhang. Please start. Tell me what's your verdict on the cellar of this farm. It's a mess. Can't be salvaged. We must shut it down now. Good. We have a common ground to work on. This farm is not contributing any value, the hardware is not reliable, and the revenue's sliding too. It's not safe for the juicers. And that too. Yeah, oh yeah, no, the people's lives, yeah, that too, I guess. Considering everything, this farm is a burden. When you have a burden, you get rid of it, plain and simple. To do that, we must address several issues. First of all, the shortage of flops once Silencio is shut down. Correct. We don't rely on Silencio as much as we used to, but it's still churning out a considerable amount of flops. However, the Red Room has ways to make up for that, even if we shut the farm down right now. That said, it's a non-issue. I know what your ways are, because I've been... No. The next point. The cost of terminating hundreds of thousands of contracts. I've consulted legal professionals. If we terminate these contracts on the grounds of force majeure, such as facility failure, the compensation won't be too high. So you left no stone unturned. Of course. Costs and damages are all accounted for. Now we need to establish the necessity of shutting this farm down. The board will make a decision on the fate of this farm soon. This is what we need you for. Give me a detailed report highlighting all existing issues of the cellar. I want to present this report at the board meeting. Should be the farm manager's job. Unfortunately, Monsieur is not available. Board members are not expecting to see a report. I can still compose and present one. Correct. I trust you can write a compelling report. Division lead shouldn't present anything to the board, but that can be taken care of. You don't have to exaggerate, just document everything as it is. We both know this farm is beyond saving, it's a fact. Now we need to show this reality to the rest of them, but you know better than anyone else that the screening division has been easing the qualification of juicers, and they're paying them more. How could they have done that? I think it's because I'm asking you, the other guy. Why me? Consider it a test. I wonder what kind of people Mr. Wu works with. I think it's because they're backed by certain members of the board. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're backed by certain members of the board? Correct. You have smart people, Mr. Wu. I think a lot like Miss Cheng. And flashed me a smile that is probably more menacing than encouraging. You're correct. Certain members of the board are secretly funding them to create an illusion that this farm can still sustain itself. Like how certain other members are sabotaging the cellar. Listen, Mr. Wu. Farm is no longer sustainable. Juicers will keep coming if we keep it running. Better shut it down before it implodes. Need to have a talk with the screening team, as you said. Vision competes with technological advancement. We have come this far because we value technological talents. We let them take leadership. Screening division and the directors behind them tend to make things unnecessarily complicated. Don't let them distract you, acting lead of ops. Acting lead. Not a very nice title, is it? Work with Miss Zhang and we can make you the permanent leader, even the farm manager. This farm can be yours if you manage to complete the report within today. When it's shut down, you'll have a matching position elsewhere. Within today? Don't tell me you can't. So this meeting is a complete waste of time. I need time to collect data. I'm giving you a whole day for it. You still think you have time to consult the screening team? We value talents, Mr. Wu. Oh wait, I thought it switched to you. I thought that was your hand coming up. In this brief meeting, I can already tell you're a smart man. Think carefully. This offer won't stand forever. I have one demand. We're not in a position to... Let him speak. For every contract terminated due to farm closure, we pay them the maximum amount allowed by the terms. You were talking about a lot of money. Not so much comparing it against the cost of keeping Silencio running. You're not our only card, Mr. Wu. We don't have to do things this way. I'm your best card. You have other alternatives, but not necessarily better. I said we value talents. Okay, I can arrange that. Yeah, sometimes you gotta put your foot down to show them you're not just gonna be pushed around. Thank you. That seals our deal. I'm looking forward to your report. Finish it and submit within today, or else there's no deal. I have work at the lab, Mr. Yan. Nice meeting you. Oh, don't let me keep you. There's the direct elevator to the helipad. That was the plan. Aren't you going? I'd have a few more words with him. Suit yourself. Okay, Justin, you have a lot of work. Let me make this clear, Justin. I don't care if this farm stays or goes. Either way is fine, as long as we can break the status quo. Silencio is my worst performing asset, if it can still be called an asset. You have a chance to end it all, don't let it go to waste. You're doing everyone a favor, including our contributors. I know that. Good. And you, Jason. Creepy smile again. One question. What's the relationship between you and Miss Frances Cheng? Don't tell him. Ah, sorry, I suppose this feels irrelevant. I was just intrigued that you said something that Miss Cheng would have said. Are you close to her? Jay, just tell him I asked you to check on Miss Ye. She asked me to check on Miss Ye. That does sound like her style. She's proactive and thorough, often pointing out the root cause before an issue fully festers. Guess she must have found out Miss Ye was stealing company secrets. Good. One more question. You aware the Flop Corps Silencio was infiltrated yesterday? Heard about it. There are IAB agents everywhere. Hopefully they're not distributing your daily workflow. What about you, Mr. Dai? I heard about it too. Thought so. Miss Yuna Su is in charge of the investigation. She had a meeting with you earlier today. The meeting was about the Flop Corps, wasn't it? The meeting was about the Flop Corps. This is potentially hairy. Because if I say yeah, it's like, well then why were you meeting with them about it? But if I say no, then it's like, why were you meeting at all? This is a trap. Because yeah, if I say no, it's like, well then why were you meeting with the head of the investigation at all? Like, why do you even know her? And if I say yeah, then it possibly incriminates me? Yeah, I thought so. As far as I know, she seldom does field work unless there's a very good reason. It's getting interesting. I heard she employs unorthodox approaches in her investigations, such as threats and coercion. Hopefully she didn't do that to you. Can you do anything about it if she did? Sorry to say I can't. The IAB answers directly to the board of directors. All I can do is file a complaint. Notice that to let me know if you need me to do that. Thank you. I'll mention it. Alright, I've said it all. Don't fail this manager to be. Yeah, I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. You're a CEO, but if I can just like lie to your face and make you feel like I'm on your side, whatever, I don't care. I won't. Jackass. We also were getting ready, like, the screen started shaking and we had like that like screen tearing effect because I believe Jason was trying to take over there because we were getting very agitated. Probably wanted to be a jerk to the CEO. Which I would like to avoid right now, and Francis specifically said don't say I have any connection to her, which makes sense. How much does Yan know? Is he already suspecting me? Can't stay here much longer, they could catch me any time. What do you make of it, Jason? About their proposal? What do you think? I'm trying to find a way to get through to Wayne. If we can get screening on our side, the whole situation will be a lot easier. But like she said, we don't have that much time. Now's the time to choose between pragmatism and idealism. What does this have to do with that? Wayne firmly believes this farm could help more people. It's just wishful thinking. He doesn't understand the technical difficulties and refuses to listen to professionals. We're the professionals and we make practical decisions. You could say Wayne is a different kind of professional, but his profession doesn't count in this matter. We're dealing with real life, not an imagined perfect world. Given unlimited time, maybe I can convince him bit by bit. The truth is we have mere hours to write this report. Time's not on our side. I must take actions by brute force if necessary. I'll inform Wayne of this. He has the right to know. I agree. Thank you. Now I must inform the entire ops staff. For the report, we have to handle it on our own. Why don't we ask the team for help? The team is taking today off. Between you and me, we must somehow figure out a way to get it done. Let's go to the office. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot and a very tense conversation. But, alright. I'm gonna go ahead and end things off there for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.